Hey guys, we're back in the closet.
Hey everybody.
This is episode 8.
Wow.
Yeah, for those who have been keeping up with episodes, we started recording concurrently in episode 5? Yeah, episode 5.
It was episode 5.
So it's been 4 episodes we've been staying current. So,
that's good.
Yeah, I hope people...
I like that.
Yeah, I'm hoping people are happy about that. I really haven't heard too much feedback about that, so I haven't...
But if we keep... I'm sorry to cut you off. If we keep doing what we're doing, we'll eventually get the feedback that we need.
Yeah, we will.
And we have gotten some feedback, so, the feedback that we have gotten, I think we've applied. Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah, definitely.
So...
And we've had like a leap in listeners. People tune in to us daily. We have 2 new listeners daily now. It didn't start out that way, but we are getting new listeners almost daily.
I think that's awesome.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And
that is so exciting.
And, besides that, we should thank the people who are sticking with us, because obviously they're helping us by telling other people, and that's really how a show like ours gets started, is by word of mouth. And
word of mouth is the best form of advertisement, first of all, and second of all the people that are giving us the criticisms that we need to make it better. I'm hoping that if people have been listening from episode 1 to now, they could say, oh wow, yeah, they've definitely improved their quality, and yeah, they've improved. So if you feel like we haven't, or if you feel like we have, let us know. We're crazy about feedback. We really want that. So
yeah, and if you have listened from episode 1, I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, me too. I apologize.
Because wow, you must be as crazy as we are to listen to this shit.
Oh man.
I don't know. Part of me looks at us and goes, we're so fucking insane that it's got to be entertaining. And then other times I'm like, how the hell are people listening to us weekly? It's blows my mind. I love it, but it blows my mind.
I know. Right? Most of the time I really am like, we are not that entertaining. Like, seriously, I have that thought in my head all the time.
Well, I always find you funnier than me.
Looks don't count for everything.
I need to get a drum thingy.
A drum kit sound.
Yeah, yeah, a drum kit sound.
What's it called, though? It's called the... It has a thing that...
I don't know.
Anyways, you need to get that sound.
Yeah.
Yeah, the...
I could play a different sound if you'd rather that.
What?
Kind of the same implication.
No, like... But is like zing, and then I was like, oh, that's not good. So no, I don't think that it has the same effect. You need the drum roll sound.
Okay.
Not drum rolls. See, drum rolls.
I'll come back next week with a drum kit, whatever sound. There is some music person out there going, you fucking idiots.
Yeah, I know.
Not what it's called. Anyway, so, we might as well move on to what's gone on in our week since we last recorded.
Well, there's one thing that I want to mention. I want to address the elephant in the room before we get on with that.
I don't see an elephant. I see a Freddy Krueger.
That fell over.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to fall on us any second now, so. No, so our little multicolored light.
Oh.
The bulb went out in it, right? So... we have to get a new light bulb for it.
First of all, not to interrupt you, but it's not a little, it's not a little multicolored light. It's a pretty good sized disco ball that turns and casts rainbow lights all around the closet. And Stephanie feels as though we can't record without it. And
I really, because we've been doing that since episode 1. It's in our logo. It's this disco thing, this disco ball, multicolored disco ball, is very important to me.
I'm referring to it as disco magic.
Well, here's what we've done, okay? We found a little lamp, and we found a little lampshade from another lamp, and we took that lampshade off of that one lamp and attached it to the little lamp, and then put the disco ball on top of it, and it sucks. It doesn't have the same effect.
Yeah, did you get all those steps just to have this disco ball lit up in the closet? It doesn't turn. It kind of casts light on the closet. Stephanie took a couple of pictures that we're going to post on the... Yeah, it's a sad little attempt, but she seems to think that she has to have some form of disco magic in the closet, so...
Yeah, okay, so you know that sound you played a moment ago?
Mm-hmm.
That's the sound for the no disco magic.
So let's make a little blurb here.
No disco magic. That's how I feel. That's how I feel. That's why you need to get a...
You know what our listeners probably think about this? This is probably what they think about this.
Sad face.
Anyhow, so...
Oh, boy.
Anyway, and our listeners are also probably going, why didn't you go get a bulb for it?
Well, because we thought we would have one that fit from an old lamp that we don't use anymore, and we realized it's not small enough. We thought it would be, and when we finally got the top off the disco ball, because it's kind of a pain in the ass, but, you know... So I took pictures of the light bulb, and Scott's gonna go find one. Just not today.
No, it's raining cats and dogs.
Yeah, there's apparently there's a hurricane in Mexico.
Yeah.
And
what's the hurricane's name?
I don't know. That sounds terrible. I really don't know. All I know is there's a hurricane.
Stand back. There's a hurricane coming through.
Hurricanes are scary. Tornadoes are scary.
That was a wrestling reference.
Oh.
He used to be a wrestler in the WWE named the Hurricane.
Oh.
He was like a superhero, but people didn't treat him like he was a superhero.
Speaking of hurricane, I think I literally just got my period.
Ah. Are you serious?
Yeah, I think so.
Do we need to pause?
Yeah.
All right, guys. We will be back in just a moment.
Okay, we are back. I thought I got my period. False alarm.
Yeah.
And you know what? For anyone's like, oh my God, are you serious? Any female listening to this has had that, oh shit, moment. So I'm not, I wasn't going to just sit here and record for a whole hour, gross. Not doing it. I apologize, though.
Hey, sometimes there is a reason to pause for the cause, and that's exactly what we did.
Yes, it is what we did.
So hashtag pause for the cause.
Hashtag menopause for the cause.
Oh my God. I don't even need a sound effect board.
Yeah, you've got me.
Yeah, you are my sound effect board.
On that note, let's move on to about our week.
Yeah, sure.
Tell me about your week.
Well, the biggest thing for me this week was on Monday, we actually got to go see Monday Night Raw live from the American Airlines Arena.
Opening with Fandango pissed me off.
I was just gonna skip over that shit. It was an interesting experience because I've had nosebleed seats before, but never ones that kind of sat behind the stage where I couldn't see the stage. So it was interesting. It wasn't really bad seats because you could see the ring just fine, but they're not photo worthy because you can't really take good photos from there. But
you can if you have the right phone or the right kind of camera. Yeah, we do have shitty phones. Yeah.
Pieces of shit phones. Anyway, the show actually started with Stone Cold Steve Austin. I'm sorry. Where Stephanie was talking about Fandango kicked off the pre-show stuff, which was like the Superstars taping and stuff like that. But for the actual Raw, Stone Cold Steve Austin kicked off the show. And then...
That's right, he did.
Yeah, and then he brought in The Undertaker. And then that called out Brock Lesnar. And that all happened within the first 8 minutes of Raw. I mean, that's pretty freaking
exciting.
Yeah. But, on a side note to that, we're trying to watch the entrance of The Undertaker. And we can't see him well as it is because of the stage. And these fucking idiots keep getting up and leaving during the Undertaker's entrance.
Who the fuck does that?
If you're a wrestling fan, you do not get up during the Undertaker's entrance.
Look, even before I met you, I wasn't remotely a wrestling fan, but I still knew who fucking Undertaker was.
Yeah.
You don't get up and leave in the middle of Undertaker's anything. You don't do that.
No. No.
You just don't do that.
No.
And these motherfuckers kept getting up and down. I swear, like, I started acting like a 2-year-old eventually, and I was like, I want to go home. I was so upset.
Well, and I wasn't warning you of the fireworks that would go off in certain entrances.
Oh, that too. That pissed me off. We were behind.
She got scared of the fireworks.
Well, and so did the little kid behind me. We were not having that.
What does that say for you? Listen to what you just said.
I didn't like it either.
You didn't say, and so was that muscle-bound man sitting to the right of me. He was crying.
I wasn't crying.
Wait a minute. That would have been me, and I'm not muscle-bound.
Oh, my God.
Because I sat to the right of you.
You meant to say the muscle-bound man sitting behind me.
Yeah.
Yeah, instead of beside me.
Anyway, these people getting up and down were just, it was annoying. There was a lot of them. It wasn't always the same people, and it just kept seeming to happen all throughout the show. It seemed like, I'd say 3 or 4 times an hour, these people, just random people, were getting up and getting food and drinks. So we'd have to get up and let them buy, get up and let them buy, get up and let them buy. And
I would say probably total it happened about 10 times. When during a normal show, that would happen maybe 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
But this happened a good about, I would say 20 times.
Yeah, and then this particular couple that was really annoying Stephanie, I'd say they got up 2 times a piece and bought beers, maybe 2 at a time. So they spent probably somewhere between $40 and $80 in beer.
Yeah.
Because beers are like $10 there, if not more.
Yep.
I think you can get one as cheap as $8, but nonetheless, they spent a lot of money on beer. The tickets were, if they paid somewhere around what we paid, they spent between $50 and $60, and then parking, so $75 to come to the show. And then they stayed for like 30 minutes and left.
No, I would say they probably stayed for about an hour. Because I remember looking at my, I remember looking at my clock thinking, they didn't even stay halfway.
Yeah, and the show wasn't bad.
No,
it was a great show.
That girl was obnoxious.
Yeah. Anyway,
it's like they were getting enjoyment out of annoying us. So
I don't know about all that, but
I think they were.
Anyway, it was a great experience. It was fun. We were going to buy my ticket for WrestleMania at that show, but apparently they don't sell them at the arena for WrestleMania this year. Or I don't know if they ever did, because this will be the first time I've ever been to WrestleMania. But
exciting.
Yes,
so
definitely.
exciting.
But they're going on sale on November 5th for people who attended Raw.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully I can buy my ticket then. And, of course, I'll be able to report on WrestleMania. I might even do some, recording at the show. Take, a little recorder or something, or record on my phone.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Now, just to be aware, that's going to be a Scott solo. Because we made the decision for me to not go to WrestleMania, but I'm still going to go to the access stuff. Like, you can get access tickets later on down the road, so we can squirrel away for that a little bit, a little bit down the road. But WrestleMania is expensive, and I explained to him, I was like, I was actually scared to talk to him about it, and I said to him, I was like, okay, well, think about it this way. If it was going to cost that amount for us to both go see Melanie, what would be the most important part to you? That I would get to go see someone who I admire and someone who I love so much, even if it meant that you couldn't go. You would want to give me that. And I said, that's how I feel about WrestleMania. Because, I'm a fan, but I'm not a super fan like he is. Same thing about Melanie. He's a fan, but not a super fan like I am. So, this has been on his bucket list his entire life, and that's the most important part to me, is that he gets decent seating for what he wants to do, for something that's on his bucket list.
And that's what I'm going to try to do. I mean, we'll see. We'll see what I can get with the money that we have saved.
I think you'll be able to get decent tickets. You talked to that lady at work, right?
Yeah, I think I will.
I think so, too.
So, back to what I was saying was, when that happens, I'll be able to report in detail about the show for those who are tuning in because you like wrestling as well. So, anyhow, I don't know. What else happened this week? We got new furniture.
That did happen this week.
Yep, we sure did.
Yep, we've got a brown recliner that's really comfortable, and we got a flowery recliner that's really comfortable. Both of those came from my grandma. She got new furniture, so this is how it kind of worked. She gave me her old furniture. I gave my sister my old furniture. So, and also I'm really excited about the chair because, as silly as it sounds, that's my grandpa's chair. And I'm actually really honored that my grandma trusts me with it. You know, it means a lot. And she said, well, Steph, that's just stuff. It's just, she said, but yeah, it'll always be remembered as grandpa's chair.
Yeah.
So I really like sleeping in it. I really like sitting in it. The cats always come sit with me in it. The flower chair. Here's the funny thing about the flower chair. It's nice. It's a good chair. It's in good condition. But my purse has been living there since that chair entered the house. So that chair was really not a place for someone to sit. It is, my purse stays there. Don't touch it. Like,
The sad thing is I haven't even noticed that.
You haven't? Really?
No.
Oh, man. Yeah.
And you're forgetting other things. We got a new TV stand, a bookcase, a new little side table that our neighbors gave us.
Yeah, our neighbors gave that stuff to us. So.
Yeah. They were moving, so they passed us some stuff down.
Actually, here in a couple of months, we're going to be getting a new couch that also has a sleeper bed in it. So, my grandma has a friend of hers that's getting rid of it because she's getting new furniture. Mm-hmm. And so we're going to get it. And I'm excited about that. So, and that way, like when my sister comes over and stays the night, she can sleep on the sleeper bed and, she'll actually feel probably a little, I would say she'd feel more comfortable than sleeping on the couch.
I would think so, yeah.
Like the little small, she loves that small couch because she's short. So, and here's where we keep having this dilemma. Like, it looked like there was too much furniture in the house. Oh, we got to talk about the letter. We had
right here, actually.
Oh, did you put it up there?
Yeah.
Oh, gosh. Okay. So, like I said, we had all this furniture in here, and he's not willing to get rid of the big couch, even though it's broken down. He don't want to get rid of it because he won't be able to stretch out.
Yeah.
And I don't want to get rid of the little couch because the little couch isn't broken down. So suffice to say, we still kept those two.
When she says little couch, she means sofa. She means love seat.
Love seat. Yeah.
Yeah. It's
2-seater. The bigger couch is a 3-seater.
Yeah.
Okay. So, but when the new couch comes, we're going to get rid of both of them because the new couch is going to be a long couch, and it's also going to be a couch where someone can sleep in. So there's no need for me to keep the little one for my sister, or you to keep the big broken down one.
Okay.
Okay?
We're boring our listeners with furniture talk.
Well, we're talking about our weeks, right?
I guess.
And so then he was real ugly when asshole. I had stayed up all night trying to organize the furniture, trying to move it all around, get it to where it was looking good, just busting my ass all night, right? And he wakes up being a complete butthole to me, and I'm like, what do you think? Because it was obvious that I had done it. It looked like a damn tornado had hit our bed or hit our living room.
A friendly tornado.
No, it looked like
well, eventually a friendly tornado.
It doesn't look like it. No, it looked like a human fixed it. Okay. And that's what I did. But he was being a butthole about it. And I was like, what do you think? He's like, I guess. Like, just being a complete butthole. And then I'm trying to renovate the closet, which my side of the closet looks way better than his. Yeah, it does. Look at it. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Okay.
Anyhow,
because I had to move some stuff into the closet that wasn't in the closet before. And he's like, we're not going to have enough room to record. Blah, blah, blah. He just didn't believe in me, and he was being a jerk, so
yeah, guys, I was making sure that we had a place to record because I didn't want to leave you guys without an episode.
But how dare you not have any faith in me? I am the queen of all this mess. And I fixed it.
Yeah.
I fixed it.
Yeah.
And so I wrote him a letter telling him when he gets up in the morning to come find me, pull down my pants, because that part was important, and kiss the most luscious, beautiful part of my ass. And then I told him to go buy me some flowers and a Snickers. So.
Yeah.
Because when he came and he looked in the closet, he's like, oh, it does look good. And he's like, you know what? But then, like, more importantly than that, he was like, you're right, I was being a jerk. And of course, that part always means more, so.
And I did get you the Snickers.
He did get me the Snickers.
So.
I told you to pass on the flowers. Why?
Well, I was going to get you flowers, but the ones I saw all look like shit to me.
Well, no, why did we pass on the flowers? I think we had pizza instead.
Yeah, I don't know.
I was like, yeah, fuck the flowers, I want pizza.
Hashtag pizza for flowers.
Oh, goodness. All right, anyways.
Anyway, yeah.
Anything else to your week that I just completely took over, apparently?
Yeah, that's all right. I'd say the last thing that rounds out the week, which is kind of what we've been doing, is we listened to my coworker, Sean, in case you're listening out there, Maestro, has been telling me I need to watch the show on Lifetime. Yes, I know what you're thinking already. It's called Little Women of L.A. And it's about, 5 little women. Little women as in women with dwarfism. And them being friends and the drama that comes along with it.
So great. I love it.
They're all like, most of them are performers and stuff. But we don't have Lifetime. So we wanted this we wanted to see this show bad enough for me to go to Lifetime's website where they have the entire season from the first season to the third season and stream them to our Google Chromecast. And we watched the first season in the last 3 days.
Yeah, we've binged.
And we're starting on the second. In fact, when we get done with this, we're going to go have dinner and keep on watching season 2.
Pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. That's what our lives are.
Thank you, Sean, for convincing us to watch this
Little Women.
Yeah. And after
Little
that,
Women of L.A.
And after that, there's Little Women of New York.
Oh, yeah. And
then Tara has a show of her own.
Does she?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yep.
Huh.
So we've got plenty of little people in it. And besides that, I watch Our Little Family and the Little Johnstons. I don't know why. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but the shows fascinate me. I don't know. I don't understand what my fascination is. Maybe I just want to understand what life is like for somebody with that. I guess I don't know if it would be offensive to call it a disability, but I think it is in some form.
That kind of challenge.
Challenge. There you go.
There you go. Yeah, that kind of challenge.
Yeah. But you know what? That's what it is. They turn it from a disability into a challenge.
Yeah, and they conquer it too.
Oh, yeah.
The way that these women do some of the stuff that they're doing, it is, and they may be small, but their personalities certainly are not.
And it's been interesting learning about the different kinds of, different forms of dwarfism that you can get. Mm-hmm. I don't know the full terms, but I know there's Akon and Pseudo, I believe.
Yeah, those are the two that they were talking about.
Yeah. And learning about during their pregnancy that if they're both if the mother and the father have dwarfism, they're called double dominant, and there's a 25% chance that the baby could take both their dwarfism genes and that they won't survive more than not even usually a day. Yeah,
I guess that fascinates me too because I couldn't imagine there being a 25% chance. That's too high of a percentage to bring a baby into this world thinking it just is scary.
Yeah, it is.
I commend these women for making those tough decisions and everything like that. So, I mean, yeah, I agree. It's very interesting. The show is very interesting, and it is hilarious.
Oh, yeah.
And not because they're small. It is hilarious because of how big their personalities are. It's
yeah.
Oh, my God.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, that's what we've been doing in the last few days, honestly, is watching that show.
Oh, man.
You got anything else to add for the week?
I do. Yes, actually, I do. Walking Dead.
Oh, yeah.
Walking Dead. Have the wolves arrived?
Yeah.
That is the question on everyone's minds right now. Because, spoiler alert, all right? Last episode, we saw people coming into the camp and killing people off.
Yeah.
And remember, they had the W's on their forehead.
Yeah.
Those have got to be the wolves.
Oh, yeah.
So the wolves have come. Now, what do you think the wolves want? What do you think they're mad about? What's your opinion on that?
I think they're upset because Rick and his group, caused them to lose control of those zombies. I mean, I think that has something to do with
Lose control?
Yeah, I feel like they were controlling the zombies with the trucks and stuff.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Like when all the zombies were in the cavern and all that good stuff, and how Rick's group was trying to eradicate that. So you think that's what I think they're mad about too.
I mean, they just seem like savages. Actually, as a side note to you guys looking for an easy costume idea, here's one. You could go as a wolf, and it's really easy. You just wear ratty clothes, ratty t-shirt, jeans, whatever.
Look homeless.
Look homeless. Grow out your hair. Give yourself a wild hairdo. Put dirt and stuff on you, and then make sure you dip your finger in fake blood and do a W on your forehead, and then you're a wolf. Yeah. I think that's a good idea.
I think that's a good affordable costume.
Yep.
That any Walking Dead fan that's current would totally get.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Anyhow.
So, yeah,
it's very exciting. So, if you're not caught up to The Walking Dead, catch up because it's getting really good.
Oh, it's been really good, but this season is already kicking off really, really good. I'm excited about seeing where it's going.
Yeah.
Also, I want to talk about American Horror Story Hotel. More vampires. Really? Really?
I didn't watch this episode.
I know, but this is mainly for the listeners. But, I mean, okay, I love what they're doing with this season. I love the sex, the gore, the blood. Also, side note, American Horror Story is now being labeled as the most vile TV show in history of TV shows.
That's ridiculous.
I think that's cool.
I guess so, but
I think that's cool because
think of much more vile shows. Have you never seen Frasier?
Yeah, it depends on your view of vile, I guess. So, so that's just a really strong opinion. Good point, babe.
Frasier hater.
Oh, man. So,
I've always hated Frasier.
I've never been a fan of Frasier or Seinfeld or anything. No,
sorry guys if you watch that kind of thing, but
it's not my humor.
Yep.
My humor.
Anyway, yeah.
Anyway, so basically,
back to your little. So, what you're telling me is American Horror Story Hotel is quickly becoming True Blooded in a Hotel?
No, I am not.
Okay. I'm not watching at this point, so.
No, because not everyone is fucking vampires. So, anyways, basically we find out that Lady Gaga is a vampire. Which, I mean, I guess we could have figured that, but I was hoping she would have been something else because I'm so over the vampire shit. And as long as they don't make it that cheesy kind of, like, keep the horror side to it. Keep it freaky. Keep it... I mean, American Horror Stories never had a problem doing that, but I hope that they just don't, like, make it seem into some kind of, like, vampire cheesy love story type of hibbity-bibbity Twilight
Is that where you think it's going?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I don't, but part of me is leery. I'm like, don't do it. Don't do it. More vampires. Because then whenever someone puts vampires into the situation, it always has the potential to wind up really fucking stupid.
Do you know how sad that makes me as an old school vampire fan to hear somebody have that filter now? Like, I don't want vampires. I don't want to see vampires anymore. That sucks. People,
it sucks.
These stupid, yeah. Yeah. Anyway,
see, this is the one of those times where I'm like, we're definitely not as amusing as I kind of think we are. Anyways, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Here, I'll make you feel better.
Thank you. Oh, thanks. So nice. Thank you.
Anyhow,
I'll be here for the next 45 minutes.
Yeah, we've actually gone 35 minutes so far.
Oh shit! Really?
Yeah, we haven't even got to the first. We haven't even got to the first segment, which is Uber updates.
Cue crickets.
Why?
We need to finish our show. Or continue. I am the one who keeps getting sidetracked this week.
We both are getting sidetracked.
Life has been so weird.
Tangents.
Life has been so weird lately. It's just been weird.
Life is always weird. So, we might as well move on and let you tell people about your life in Uber and how weird that can be.
Oh, yeah. Cue the Uber update music.
All right, here we go. You like your little theme there?
So, this Uber story kind of goes back to, like, my first or second week. And I've told this story so many times that it's, like, basically on autopilot right now. So, I did have one customer, and he was with his friends. It was his birthday. They all piled into the car, and, well, I mean, the birthday boy had been pre-gaming. I think they had all been pre-gaming, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so they get in the car, they're being all cool and everything, and birthday boy's like, I need you to take me to a bar that has lots of plants. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? What do I look like to you? I am your Uber driver.
What?
You tell me where to go. Yeah, so...
I've never been to a bar that has lots of plants.
Like, I mean, I'm an outside bar, I guess. There's a lot of those in Dallas.
Okay. If I was driving, I would have been like, I don't know where the hell you want to go, man.
No, instead of that, I said, do you mind if I ask you why in the hell do you need a bar that has lots of plants? And he goes, oh, well, when I get really drunk, I like to find spiders and make them fight each other.
Wow.
And the southern woman in me says, oh, honey, that's not a good idea when you're sober. What makes you think it's a good idea when you're drunk? That's what I said to him. And you know, so that was a really fun experience.
Spider fighting.
Yes, which brings me back to the episode when my sister was on, which was like episode 3, right?
Uh-huh.
Right? I don't know if we mentioned this or not. You're going to have to refresh my memory if you remember, okay?
Okay.
Kirsten, Scott, and I went to McDonald's.
Yeah, I think we talked about it briefly in episode 3.
So, okay. Bloop, 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 bloop. You don't have to listen to all that over again if you don't want to. My sister got into a fucking fight in the McDonald's parking lot.
Yeah, and she called it spider fighting.
I called it spider fighting.
So, hashtag spider fighting. I know you people know when that is. Like, when you witness spider fighting, you will know.
Just without a shadow of a doubt. So, when you do,
snap a picture, snap a video, and hashtag spider fighting so we can all see that.
I mean, you could even call it spider monkey fighting.
Yeah. I'll actually add those hashtags to our Twitter feed on the page, so if you see those things, we'll be able to post them for everybody to see. Yeah.
Okay, so there's my Uber update, guys. I mean, not as juicy of a one, but I definitely wanted to share that one because, I mean...
Did you want to go in and, like, see these spiders fighting? Like,
fuck no!
I would. I'd be like, dude, I gotta see this.
Crawling land, nope. No, baby, no.
Crawling land, nope? Is that what you said?
Yeah. Spider, that's what they should just be called, is it? That's not a spider, that is a nope.
That is a nope.
That is a no. Nope. No.
Hashtag butthole bugs.
Oh, nope.
No.
Oh, man. Wow. Okay.
All right, so.
Pitch a fit. Yeah.
Okay. This one is something that I'm constantly whining and moaning and crying and bitching about, so I figure I might as well bring it to the mic and pitch a fit, because it's even ruined an episode for us so far. Or almost ruined it. I'd say episode 4 was really, not fun to listen to because Scott has horrible fucking allergies. And that is what I'm pitching a fit about this week. I'm tired of sniffling, coughing. I'm tired of my ear hurting, my throat hurting. I'm tired of not being able to breathe and then having my nose drain everywhere. And my problem is I'm allergic to everything. I'm allergic to the cats that are around me. I'm allergic to nature around me. If grass is cut, it fucks with my head.
And with it been having raining so much, it's
yeah,
it's basically pushing everything up in the air.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, I'm allergic to everything indoors, outdoors, and probably in outer space.
No shit. And he has a nasal spray that he uses that was prescribed to him by his doctor. He also takes allergy medicine every day, and it just has not been doing the trick for him. It helps me, but I'm not as allergic or susceptible to those allergies.
Yeah, I remember when I was younger, I had the an allergy test where they they take a marker and draw out squares on your back, and then they go and scrape the surface, poke the surface and put a little bit of each thing to see what you're allergic to.
Yeah.
I remember my back itched for days, and that I'm most allergic to animal dander, grass, and dust. So, the last time I tried to mow a lawn, I almost suffocated. Anyhow, so, yeah.
Yeah, I don't envy you. Not a lot. That's something to pitch a fit about, definitely. Yeah. That a lot of people can relate to you with.
Listen, if you haven't listened to episode 4, go into it with a warning that I sound like I'm dying. It sounds like Stephanie is podcasting with me who is about to turn into a zombie.
Is that what it sounds like to you?
Yeah, it sounds like I got bitten.
I don't think it was that bad.
Yeah, it was bad.
No, it wasn't that bad.
Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. So, what do you got to pitch a fit about this week?
This one is going to be quite unique.
What is pissing you off?
I actually want to pitch a fit about myself.
What?
We talked about this briefly.
Yeah.
So, a couple of weeks ago, I had talked about respect for parents. Mm-hmm. And I talked about one of my Uber clients calling her dad retarded. And talking about how that just irritated me. That she was sitting here calling her dad names, and the fact that retarded's not an okay word to say.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? I want to let my skeletons out of the closet.
Mm-hmm.
I catch myself saying that word.
Yeah.
I catch myself saying that word. Or, you'll do something like, retard, stop it.
Yeah.
Or, I'll, the cats are doing something. What are you doing, retard? What makes that okay? That makes me a fucking hypocrite if I'm going to sit there and say in that one episode, that word's not acceptable, and then to sit there and say it myself. So I have been consciously, since I figured out what I wanted to pitch a fit about, I have been consciously trying not to say those things. It's like with anything else.
Honestly, I can't think of any time you've recently said it.
Because I've been trying to say something else. I've been trying to not say that word.
So the podcast essentially is making you a better person. Because you knew you were going to pitch a fit about it, so you had it on your mind.
Well, yeah, and I don't want to give you guys anything that I'm not. And so I will say here, that was ridiculous of me to say that when I myself, I said that, and that is deep down how I feel, but deep down, if that's how I feel, why do I use that word?
Yeah.
It's not alright. It's not okay. For example, I have fertility issues. I have PCOS. How would I feel if somebody was walking around and just being infertile?
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? it doesn't make sense. Neither one of them makes sense.
No.
Okay, so scratch that. Neither one of those makes sense. I wouldn't be okay with that. So I want to challenge all of our listeners. Think about stuff like that. Think about, what do you feel is really okay to say and really not okay to say? And do you catch yourself saying those things that in your heart you know is not right?
Well, to simplify it, what you're asking them to do is just basically take one verb in the vocabulary, or one word in the vocabulary that they feel is offensive to other people, and remove it. And see if they can remove it.
Yeah, do your best to consciously think about that. Think about a negative part of yourself that you don't like, and then turn it into a word, and think about how you would feel. You know, I know everyone is like on hypersensitivity these days.
Yeah.
And I get it. It's the problem with sensitivity is it's all or nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Because everybody in this entire world, not a single person in this world doesn't have something wrong with them.
Yeah. Or doesn't have something that offends them in some way.
Yes. So that's why people are being so oversensitive now, is it's all or nothing.
Yeah.
So, you know, like, I don't agree with all of it, because...
But there should be some form of a balance too. Some of the sensitivity is really like taking it too far. Okay, here's a great example. You're sensitive to clowns. You don't like clowns. Guess
Right.
what? You don't pay attention to clowns. So that's the approach that other people should take for lots of things, I think. I'm not saying it's okay.
Give me some more.
I'm not saying it's okay to call someone retarded, but if you don't like that person that's using that term, don't be around them. Don't listen to them. Don't pay attention to them. Don't put your energy into that. Put it into something else.
Also, though, if they're a good friend of yours and they say something like that...
Well, that's a different circumstance.
Say something to them. Just be like, hey...
And if they don't improve, then they're not a good friend to you. So take them out of your life.
I don't know. I think that's going too much into preferences, because, like... I see what you're saying. I do. I get it. But I would hope that if I offended a friend of mine, be like, retarded. I would hope, like, Amber, I want her to be like, sweetie, I need you to know how much that bothers me.
Well, that's what I said. I'm not saying cut them out of your life immediately. I'm saying confront them, and if they don't improve or they continue to say something like that around you now, knowing that it offends you, then they're not a friend. They're intentionally hurting you at that point.
Yeah. So, anyways, that's what I wanted to pitch my fit about. I don't, I want to be more conscious of myself. I want to be, I'm not going to use that word anymore, guys. And I'm going to update y'all on this. I'm going to let y'all know, hey, I haven't been using this word, or hey, I caught myself using it a couple of times. I mean, because I don't mean it in a way that is against mentally challenged people. It's just like, honestly, it's kind of a word I grew up around.
Mm-hmm.
Like, mom would call me a little retard, and it was like, it was meant to be a funny thing, but like I said, thinking about it, it's not a funny thing. So I'm old enough to make my own decisions, and I decide that I'm not going to be a hypocrite.
Yeah.
So, there you go. There's my pitch a fit.
Wow. So, you pitched a fit on yourself.
I did.
Oh. Yeah. And I think it's probably a good idea for you to be attending our weekly confessional this week, because you sound like you need to
get some stuff off my chest.
Yeah. Definitely.
Excuse me.
We gather once again, brothers and sisters. It's time for each one of us to step up and take a seat in the chair of truth. It's time for our weekly confessional.
Sure is. Do you want to confess first?
You go for it.
Okay. My grandma caught me taking naughty pics of So
I kind of remember this. I think maybe your sister told me a little bit about this.
really?
I think somebody told me something about this.
Huh. Well, let me make sure you have the details.
But I want the details.
Yeah. So, I was previously engaged when I was 20 years old, and boy howdy am I glad I did not marry this douchebag. He's somebody else's douchebag, and that's cool. Like, he don't need to be my douchebag.
Yeah.
I've already have my own douchebag right here.
Hey.
I'm just kidding.
I am the king of douchebags.
No, that is a bad title. That is a bad title. You're not a douchebag.
Okay.
No, you're a butthole sometimes, but you're definitely not a douchebag. So, anyways, I was wanting to take wedding pictures for him, and I didn't really have money to go into a studio, but I had a friend of mine who...
Get boudoir shots?
Boudoir shots, yes. Yeah. Boudoir shots. Except, I picked the wrong place.
Okay.
My room at my grandma's house, I thought she was in bed.
Oh my god.
And my friend Tiffany was over, and I've known Tiffany since 4th grade. She wasn't like, they weren't distasteful. They were boudoir shots, you know, right? Like, I'm not saying up close and personal of anything, if you know what I'm saying. Definitely not. Very tasteful, but Grandma walked in on us doing that.
Oh my god.
So we left, and we went to her dad's house to finish the shoot.
Uh-huh.
I tripped, and I fell on my way we got out of the car, we drove over there, got out of the car, and as I was walking up to her dad's house, I tripped on one of the bricks, and I twisted my ankle.
Oh, God.
So I finished the shots.
With a twisted ankle.
With a twisted ankle while my ankle was swelling.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
Wow.
There's my weekly confession.
Oh, wow,
I just really, I hope that Grandma doesn't remember that.
Wow.
I hope she doesn't, and she'll never listen to this podcast.
Well, I have something that I don't want people to really remember either, but unfortunately, part of it is permanently on the internet and has been on national TV in the past.
Okay.
So, in a form, my confession this week is I am kind of a TV star in a way.
You're not a fucking TV star. What'd you do?
Well, as a kid, I was on a couple of clown-hosted kid shows. I think I've told you about that.
Yeah, you did tell me about that.
Then, years later, I would go to PCW every weekend. And their show was on UPN, and we sat ringside every weekend so you could see me in the audience. So technically, I was on TV every week for like 3 years.
Okay.
But 6 years ago, I made my worldwide television debut.
Oh, boy.
In a Jack in the Box commercial.
What?
So I didn't talk to you about this.
No.
Woohoo!
I have never heard this.
No, I'm not a TV star, but I did submit a video, and it was selected as part of a Jack in the Box commercial.
No shit, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Oh my god, please say you have this.
Oh, I do.
Oh my god.
Like I said, it was 6 years ago when the big-headed mascot for Jack in the Box. I'm sure some people in America might not know what Jack in the Box is because it's not everywhere.
Everyone knows where.
No, when I lived in Colorado, there was no Jack in the Box.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, trust me. When I was coming back to Texas, that's one of the first things I wanted was in the Jack in the Box tacos. But anyway, you'll see my love for the tacos.
I know your love for the tacos.
Wow, you've pulled that one out a few times. It's time for me to get an actual sound effect because yours is like sad. Anyway, so this was 6 years ago when that character, the Jack in the Box character, got hit by a bus. You remember that? And he was in the hospital, and they didn't know if he was going to die in each commercial and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah.
All right, so.
Are you sending it to me on Messenger?
I'm about to. What's about to happen is I have this video on YouTube of me doing. Okay, so what happened with this is they had a get well thing where you could submit videos to Jack, and they would post them on their website, and you would, and some of them got selected as part of commercials. Now, I've never seen the commercial. I don't know. I was just informed that my video
How have you never seen the commercial?
I can't find it.
So...
But I got an email from Jack in the Box after I submitted this video saying that it was selected and that I needed to go and click this thing to agree that they had the rights to the video to use it in their advertising. And they gave me I want to say they gave me 20 coupons for 2 tacos. Yeah. At Jack in the Box.
So wait, what video do you have then?
I have the video I made that was on the website that I guess they used this as part of it. I'm sure maybe in the commercial my video is probably just a little scene, you don't hear it or anything, or I don't know. I've never seen the full.
We need to look for this.
I've tried. I tried for a long time trying to find it.
You're not looking the right way.
And I used to
get on with it. Send me this video.
Well, I used to think, it's probably in Canada or another country. And then I thought, well, wait a minute. If they don't have Jack in the Box in Colorado, how do they have it in other countries, So
I'm sure they do.
Anyways,
get on with it. I need to see this video.
She needs to see this video. Okay,
oh my gosh.
Guys, what we're about to do is I'm about to send her the link to this video on Messenger. Make sure your tablet sounds off.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. And I'm going to play the video on my computer so you guys can hear it. And I'll also link this on the website so you guys can see it too, because I guess I'm going to go all the way and let you see this shit.
Yes, you need to.
Because this is the worst acting in the world.
Hurry.
She's ready to see it. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
When I tell you to hit play, that's when you hit play.
Okay.
So that we're all synced up.
Okay,Ll tell you when I've got it ready.
And I'm rocking this terrible haircut. Oh my god, this was horrible. Like I said, this was 6 years ago. And guys, I will...
Hey Scott, it has 346 views.
Yeah, I know.
2 people like it.
I know.
I'll like it. Good, you got 3 people that like it.
Yeah, so...
Okay, I'm ready when you are.
Yeah, so this video, guys, I will make sure you get the link so that you can maybe sync it up and watch it with the show, because I'm going to do a countdown, and then we're going to hit play, and you guys are going to get to hear it, and Steph's going to get to watch it for the first time.
Oh, God.
I can't believe I never told you about this.
Get on with it. Let's do this.
All right,
oh my God.
Here we go. On 3. 1, 2, 3. I thought it was all a joke. On that Super Bowl Sunday, I thought it was just another commercial. I figured after you got hit by the bus, you would just get back up, adjust your little hat, smile, and advertise a new sandwich or a new item on your menu. Something delicious. It wasn't until the next day that I pulled into one of your drive-thrus, and I ordered 2 of your 99-cent tacos, which are just awesome.
I'm embarrassed.
I pulled up to the window, and as I was giving the lady my money, I noticed a piece of paper on the window. And as I read it, it all sunk in. That you're seriously injured, and that you could be down for the count. I just don't understand. Who is this bus driver? How can I get in touch with him? I'm just angry, I'm sorry. I tried to eat after that. Your tacos just didn't taste the same. They were missing that Jack spirit. And possibly taco sauce. I think I forgot to get some. We're pulling for you, Jack. Screw the Burger King, creepy ass. Sorry, Burger King. Hello, Jack.
Oh my God! I can't life right now. I can't. Oh my God! I had no idea this was on the internet. Oh my God!
And until a few days ago when I looked it up, I had no idea it had 300 views.
Oh my God! And you look legitimately emotional.
I was trying to be. So I acted well then.
I mean, yeah.
And what about that haircut?
That was pretty awful. I am embarrassed for you. I am embarrassed for you so very much. Wow. Oh my heavens. Wow. Oh my God.
Yeah, so there you go. That's my weekly confessional. I was in a Jack in the Box commercial that I've never seen.
Oh, fantastic. That is a good thing to roll right into our what the fuck.
Yeah.
'Cause what the fuck? That haircut, Scott? What the fuck?
I know. God, let's see, that's 6 years ago, so that would have made me 26? 26.
A year older than I am.
Yep.
Wow. Well, a year younger than I am.
What do you mean? Oh, yeah. Than you currently are?
Yeah. So, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so, rolling right into what the fuck news.
Yeah.
This week for me has been a what the fuck week. I don't know, I've been feeling very strange. And I think choosing to watch a certain documentary was a bad decision. I have a lot of what the fuck news this week. I have cut it down to 2
If I know
things.
what documentary you're talking about, yeah, it probably was a bad decision.
Yeah, so...
Because I only saw little parts of it, and... yeah.
Okay, so... First of all, last night I watched 3 horror movies. And then the final thing I watched was about the Icelandic phallological museum. This is a penis museum. It is a documentary about an Icelandic penis museum, and it made me question so much in my life, and I don't even have a dick. I mean, it messed with me. Okay, so I found it on Netflix. It's called The Final Member.
I do remember this while you were watching it. This is one thing I remember. There being in the museum that he would only accept dicks bigger than that were as big as 5 inches.
No, that's not right.
Oh, see, I was okay, guys. I slept pretty much through this whole thing. But...
I kept waking him up because I was so freaked out, and I kept having to pause it because I was just not mature enough to watch this. I was not mature. I kept on laughing at every fucking thing. So, if you want to go to their website, by the way, I want to go ahead and just put that in there. http://www.phallus.is/en/. That is the website for this museum.
If you want to send me the link, I'll include it in the description of the episode.
I can do that. It's the Icelandic The Icelandic Phallological Museum contains a collection of more than 215 penises and penile parts belonging to almost all the land and sea mammals that can be found in the Iceland.
I'm not mature enough for the description on this website.
Okay, so he's got polar bear penis, brown bear penis,
okay,
black bear penis.
I bet that one's bigger than the other bear penises.
I bet you're right. Some extinct bear that's 15,000 years old. He has a penis to that thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't even want to know how he got that one.
Me either.
You know, this is just in time for the Back of the Future Day. Maybe he stole the old DeLorean and went back in time and cut a dick off of a prehistoric bear.
That'd be some crazy shit to see. just picture that in your head for a second. I just want a moment of silence for all of us to think about this.
I think the only people who are going to see this in their head are people who are on drugs.
So then he also has a killer whale penis. He has a sperm whale penis, which was apparently the biggest one. I don't remember exactly how big it is, but that was a big fucking dick.
Well, yeah, it's a sperm penis.
And then he had
They don't call the human penis a sperm penis.
Then he had a hamster penis, which was the smallest.
Oh, poor hamster.
I felt so bad for that little hamster. And then, okay.
Did you see all these penises?
I saw all these penises.
Oh my god.
He also makes penis art.
Okay.
I had to pause it.
So basically, he gets creative with cocks.
Gets creative with cocks, indeed.
Oh my god.
So he had carved a salt and pepper shaker. Penis, salt, and pepper shaker.
Out of what kind of dick?
Just wood.
Oh my god, okay.
He had a penis gavel, like for the courts. The penis gavel.
He loves penis.
He loves penis. He even carved a penis mini bar.
I wonder if he has a T-shirt that says "I love the cock."
Oh, well, he's since passed. So respect,
that's sad.
Respect. Okay, all right. He also had carved a penis spoon, a penis fork.
Okay.
Yeah. So, all right. Then, he got to talking about how the only thing he didn't have in his museum was a human penis. Yeah. He wanted...
Now that gets creepy. Not as if that wasn't already creepy. Respect to the dead, but he is a creepy dude. And now that's really freaking creepy.
But I learned during this documentary that he wound up getting 2 donors.
2 people that gave their dicks to the museum?
2 people that fully intended on it.
Oh.
Let me explain.
Okay.
So, the first guy was an old dude from Iceland who, this was hilarious because, he's this 85-year-old dude sitting there in a chair and, the camera's on him. And he's sitting here talking about all these bitches he fucked.
Oh my god. So he wants his penis in a museum because he's been with all these women.
Yes, he says that
what the hell?
He has this theory that he's been with more women in Iceland than any other man in Iceland.
So his penis serves to be on a mantle,
right?
On display,
right? But it progresses, and you start to see his health decline.
The 80-year-old man.
Yeah, you start to see his health decline, and he winds up contacting the museum curator, and he tells him, "I don't know if I'm going to be able to donate my penis because it keeps shrinking." I felt so bad for this little old man. Oh
my god. I shouldn't be laughing, but my god.
I felt so bad for this little old man. Yeah. And so, because apparently, for some reason, I don't know why.
You felt so bad, the little old man's little man.
I felt bad for the old man, the little old man. Oh, it made me so sad for him. But he's, the museum curator, he, for some reason, he's not able to legally have one in there unless it's at least 5 inches.
What the hell?
I'm not sure why.
So he can't have a human penis unless it's over 5 inches.
At least 5 inches. I can't remember why they said it had to be at least that length.
That is weird.
So he was worried that...
What in the fuck?
Yeah, no shit, right? He was worried that it wasn't going to measure up to that. And so, as you see this old guy dying, which, yes, he does die, it's a scene where he's in his, sitting in his wheelchair, and he lifts himself up from the wheelchair. He's very feeble, and he lays down on the bed. And so then the camera is showing him, from the side, laying on his bed, and then zooms into his face. And then then he says, "I'm done. It's gone." And then it cuts away to an empty specimen jar, almost as if to say, "I'm a dead, dickless dude."
No.
What is worse?
Oh my
You're
God.
dying, and you've realized you basically don't have a dick anymore. How awful is that?
And it's not going to end up in a museum.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, because think about it this way, and then the curator was concerned for him because he said he didn't want to make him feel like he was embarrassing him. Who would put a little... I had a mighty cock. Who's going to put a little cock in a museum? If you're going to put a penis in a museum, I guess. But who's
that
gonna...
was about to be what I was about to ask. Why would you put a fucking cock in a museum? Much less probably hundreds of cocks in a museum.
So
that curator has had his hand on more cocks in the world than most people.
I would say so. Yeah. But here's the good news about the little old guy.
Okay.
After he died, they measured his penis, and it was big enough.
Oh,
so he did. He was able to have his penis.
The little wee-wee that could.
The little wee-wee that could. Now, I want to switch gears from the Icelandic penis to the USA penis.
Okay.
All right. This guy is out of his rabbit-ass damn mind, and it certainly sounds like someone that would come from the good old US of A. I mean,
honestly. So this is a separate thing.
No. This is, you can remember, 2 donors.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Right? The second donor was from USA. And this guy certainly sounds like he's from the good old US of A.
Oh,
all right? He decided that since his penis was going to be put in a museum for all to be able to kind of glorify, that he was going to get stars and stripes painted to it.
Painted or tattooed?
Sorry, stars and stripes tattooed.
Oh my God.
To his penis.
What is wrong with you? What in the fuck is wrong with you?
This guy, man, okay, he kept on emailing the curator. He kept on calling the curator, basically, on him about this. And then he went and he tried to have a special container made for his dick. He was taking all of this.
And he was very serious?
Very serious the entire time. When talking to the doctor about getting his penis removed, he was very passionate and very...
Getting it removed?
Yeah, he actually decided he was going to go the rest of his life without a dick. He didn't even want to wait till he was dead.
What?
Okay.
How would he piss?
Okay, he had problems with pissing. He was finally sick of it. He had a stricture in his penis.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Okay, I've been there.
Right, I know. I actually tried to wake you up during this part because I thought you might like to see it.
I don't want to see this guy's dick.
Well, no, it doesn't show that, but he talks to the doctor about how he has to dilate once a week to once every 2 weeks. Otherwise, it closes up completely and he can't urinate at all.
Wow.
And then he also talks about he wants his penis gone because it almost sounds like he's punishing himself because he talks about his 3 failed marriages.
Wow.
So it's almost like he's saying, I can't keep love. That's how I perceived it. Is I can't keep love. I can't have a happy relationship. The fuck do I need a penis for?
Wow.
That's how I took it.
The doctor was okay with getting rid of it?
The doctor decided that, it could benefit him more to have it removed.
Wow.
Than to keep it. Now, let me explain. So remember when I told you he kept on sending pictures to the curator?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, one important thing I left out. Guess what this guy's named his penis?
What?
Elmo.
What?
His dick is named Elmo.
Okay, this documentary is on Netflix, right?
It's called, The Final Member. It's called
You guys should watch this. I probably will have to go watch this now just because it sounds so fucking insane.
It's insane. Very what the fuck.
Yeah.
And he starts sending the curator all these pictures of Elmo in various different situations. He sends him
Elmo, his penis.
Yes.
Okay.
He sends him a picture of Elmo dressed
#,
up.
Elmo the dick.
Yeah. He sends him a picture of Elmo dressed up like an astronaut. Elmo dressed up
Hey, stop calling it Elmo. That's so creepy.
Well, that's what he was doing.
I can't help but see Elmo as an astronaut.
But he just kept sending him all these pictures of his dick dressed up as different things.
What in the hell is wrong with this guy?
Well, at the end of it, the curator decided, dude, you're too weird about your dick and I don't want it. So the guy never wound up getting it removed. But it was just this was one of the craziest, literally, one of the craziest experiences of my entire fucking life.
Oh my god.
I was very confused about life, and I don't know, it just fucked with me. And I think where I went wrong was watching 3 horror movies and then watching that.
Yeah.
So...
I'm surprised you didn't, like, have dreams about a dick monster or something.
Oh my god. Oh my god, oh my god. So,
wow.
I have one more what the fuck thing, and I don't know if you want to do yours or if you want me to go straight into mine, my other one that I have.
It doesn't matter. Go ahead.
Okay.
Let's hear it.
So, I found 3 different articles of things that are just, like, literally, what the fuck? What? But this one stood out to me more than any of them. And this website is theRacketReport.com.
Okay.
Okay. Several injured in zombie-like attack at Tennessee Walmart as man tries to eat his victims.
What?
Yeah, this isn't even you know, like, no, this shit's legit.
There seems to be a lot of zombie attacks here lately. Zombie-like attacks.
Yeah, this article brings that up. The Racket reports several injured in zombie-like attack at Tennessee Walmart as man tries to eat his victims. An unidentified man entered a Tennessee Walmart on Tuesday, armed with nothing more than his own teeth. Eyewitnesses say the man, who looked like he'd been living off the streets, entered the store looking as if he was in a daze. When confronted by Walmart employee, the homeless man lunged at the victim, sinking his teeth into the employee's arm. As one of the customers attempted to save the employee, the crazed man bit the shopper in the neck. There were 3 other men that I saw who ran in to try and save the victims, but then they became victims, said Rachel Stevenson, who was shopping in the store at the time of the incident. Every time someone stepped in to help, he bit them with his teeth.
Oh my god.
I only got a quick glance, but I swear it looked like he had fangs. It was absolutely terrifying. Walmart shoppers were eventually able to subdue the violent man and restrain him until police arrived. In total, 6 people were bitten, and 1 was taken to the hospital in critical condition due to a severed artery in the neck.
Oh my god. Wow.
Yeah. The attacker, who is still yet to be identified, is assumed to be homeless and currently being held at a Tennessee psychiatric hospital. There's no word yet on whether or not drugs played a factor into this incident. This incident comes just 2 days after a 24-year-old Brazilian man collapsed and died aboard an Irish aircraft after biting another passenger. The man was said to be possibly on methamphetamine when he became frantic and began biting into the flesh of another passenger on board. Unfortunately, authorities say they have seen an increase of these type of attacks, calling them zombie-like assaults.
Oh my gosh.
So that really is some what the fuck news, because if that shit's really what's happening, if I need to actually get my shit together. I had an ex that was a complete fucking psycho. 12-12-12. Remember how everyone thought, non-calendar holiday, blah, 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 world was going to end. He stayed up all night, and this is my psychotic ex I'm talking about, right? Stayed up all night, fully dressed, backpack packed, full of supplies for the zombie apocalypse. And while he is psychotic, if shit like this keeps happening, I'm going to need to know how to do that. I'm going to need to know what to put together. I want to fight like Morgan.
I think we'd be okay.
I don't think we'd be okay.
We're in the closet. No one will find us in here.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. So there's my what the fuck news.
Wow. Yeah, and I think it was like a few years ago, maybe a couple years ago. Remember the attack in Florida? It was in Florida. It was a homeless man that attacked.
Was it the bath salts incident?
That's what they said. It was bath salts, and it was a guy who attacked a homeless man and bit his face off.
That's right. I remember.
He chewed his face off. Yeah,
it was a park. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's insane. That is really what the fuck.
So who knows?
What the figgity fuck?
Maybe we're seeing the beginning of a zombie apocalypse.
Like, I'm being legit. We should pay attention, shouldn't we? No. I'm being serious. Should I pay attention?
I'll let you know when to pay attention.
Guys, I've been feeling so weird lately. I'm just, ugh. Anyways, I want to hear your what the fuck news because mine has got me all creeped
Well, mine is what the fuck in a different way. This will hopefully lighten things up. My what the fuck news is an article I found on Huffington Post, and it was posted by Christine Dalton. And it's entitled, Here's the Spooky Truth About Halloween. Because I figure we're getting close to Halloween.
Yeah.
And this is very interesting.
Ooh.
Yeah, there you go. Stephanie is the sound effects machine for this episode, apparently. Are you done?
Yes.
Okay. So this is how the article starts. Candy and costumes, ghouls and goblins, tricks or treats. Halloween in a nutshell, right? Not so fast. Sure, all of these elements embody modern-day Halloween festivities, but the holiday's roots date back thousands of years. The Halloween celebration we know today cycled through different cultures, religions, and traditions. Take in the short and sweet Halloween history lesson provided, and you'll be the smartest and most well-respected person at your Halloween party. Alright, so here's the first fact. Halloween originated from the Celtic festival of Samhain. Over 2,000 years ago, the Celts celebrated the end of the harvest season on October 31st. They believed that on that night, ghosts of the dead returned to Earth and wreaked havoc on their crops and possessed the living. What did they do to ward off the ghosts? They dressed up in animal heads and skins to entertain and confuse the spirits, naturally.
I didn't know that part. I mean, like, I knew it was a Celtic thing. I knew that.
See, I didn't know that either.
Well, no, I knew that, and then I also knew that October 31st is supposedly the day when the line is the thinnest between our realm and the spirit realm.
Yeah.
That I knew, but I did not know that they dressed up like animals and stuff to ward off the spirits.
Yeah, from destroying their crops and stuff.
That is crazy. I didn't know that. That's cool.
Yeah, 2,000 years ago.
Wow. Okay.
Here's the next one. We can thank the Romans for the whole bobbing for apples thing.
Yep.
So you knew that too?
Yep, I knew about that part.
Put your whole face in the bucket of water, they said. It'll be fun, they said. Thanks for nothing, Romans. Around 43 AD, once the Romans had conquered Celtic territory, they took the festival of Samhain and combined it with two of their own festivals. Don't mind me if I don't pronounce these words correctly, but you can check out the article yourself. Ferelia, a day to remember the dead, and the festival of Pomona, a day to celebrate the goddess whose symbol was the apple. Fast forward a few thousand years, and now we're bobbing for those damn things.
Oh, goodness.
So that's where bobbing from apples started.
Oh, wow.
The word Halloween comes from the Middle English word All Hallow Messe. By 609 AD, the Catholics wanted the spooky action. Pope Boniface created All Martyrs' Day, which would eventually evolve to become All Saints' Day, celebrated on November 1st. Catholics incorporated many elements of Celtic holiday of Samhain by celebrating with costumes and bonfires, a thinly veiled attempt to convert the Celtic pagans to Christianity. The new fusion holiday was known as All Hallows. Therefore, the night before became All Hallows' Eve and then Halloween. So that's where the name derived from.
I heard the All Hallows' Eve. I knew that. Yeah.
Americans weren't too jazzed about Halloween at first.
Yeah, I know. That was the Satan's holiday, right?
In the urban colonies, rigid Protestant beliefs precluded the holiday from taking hold. But when the Irish potato famine sent an influx of Irish immigrants to America, Halloween gained some traction. In the late 1800s, Americans began dressing up, going door to door for treats, and celebrating within their communities. Eventually, we came around because Halloween is now America's second largest commercial holiday.
Oh, that doesn't surprise me. First, it's probably Christmas.
Yeah, it is. It is Christmas. And by the 1950s, that's when town leaders formed to agree to do this to avoid vandalism in their town and focus on celebration from school-aged kids.
Okay.
Yeah. Americans spend a cool $6 billion each year on Halloween. What the fuck, right?
That is some what the fuck news right there.
Approximately $4 billion is spent annually on costumes, decorations, and parties. Candy consumption alone makes up $2 billion. The candy industry makes a quarter of the year's revenue during Halloween alone.
Oh, that doesn't surprise me at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, that part doesn't surprise me.
The astronomical amount of money spent on candy is no fluke. Not by a long shot. In 1985, the Senate held hearings on daylight savings time. Candy makers allegedly placed candy pumpkins on the seat of each senator as an incentive to vote on an extended daylight savings time into November. Why? So candy-grubbing kids would spend one more hour trick-or-treating, forcing their neighbors to buy more candy to fill their baskets.
Just a plot to make more money.
Yep. And the original jack-o'-lanterns were made from turnips, beets, and potatoes.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah, did you know that?
No way.
Yeah. The decoration comes from
when did the pumpkin come into play? Does it talk about that?
Yeah.
Or? Okay.
Right. Here, I'll read that part right now.
Okay.
The decoration comes from a century-old Irish myth about a man named Stingy Jack. Jack managed to royally piss off the devil during his time on Earth, so the devil wouldn't let him into hell after his death. Because the trickster was so banned from heaven, Stingy Jack has been wandering the earth with only a light and a hollowed-out turnip ever since.
Aww.
The Scots and the Irish paid tribute to Jack by recreating his lantern with potatoes, turnips, and beets on Halloween. When immigrants brought the tradition to the United States, they used the native pumpkin for their holiday carvings. And then, last but not least, a Halloween full moon is even more rare than a white Christmas. Since 1925, there have only been 5 full moons on Halloween. 1925, 1945, 1955, 1974, and 2001.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and the next one will be in 4 years, in 2020. So there will actually be a full moon on Halloween. All those werewolves will be out, and...
Ooh.
No, here's the sound effects again.
Ooh.
So, while my what the fuck news wasn't quite as what the fuck as yours, it was Halloween themed, and I thought people might want to hear about Halloween and where it came from.
Yeah, I
and,
can't wait to do our Halloween episode.
Yeah, oh yeah, we'll do something fun.
We'll dress up in costumes while we record.
No.
I like being able to wear, like, no pants and stuff. I am wearing pants right
no
now.
pants episode.
I've actually got PJ pants on right now.
I again don't have pants on. So there you go. That's my what the fuck news. And some of it is what the fuck. Some of it's like, huh? Really? Wow.
This whole, like, there was lots of what the fuck to what the fuckery.
There was a lot of what the fuckery.
There was a lot of what the fuckery. There was a lot of what the fuckery.
All right. Well, I think it's about time to go ahead and throw out our last minute pitch.
Yeah, I think so.
For you guys that don't know what that is, that's us shilling something that we think that you would like something that we're interested in, we're excited about. Something we've been enjoying. Like at the beginning of the episode, we were talking about Little Women. That's kind of a pitch for you guys to check it out. So,
and it doesn't necessarily have to be a product. It can be an idea. It can be
it can be anything.
Whatever we feel like we want to pitch out to you.
That's right. So let's hear your last minute pitch.
Okay. So I did a lot of soul searching, and this is really what I want to do my last minute pitch about. I've recently come into contact with an old friend of mine.
Mm-hmm.
And her name is Shauna. And Shauna and I have been friends for years. I mean, we really have. We've been friends for a real long time. She remembers that first engagement. She remembers all of that. She was there for all of that. Everything in between. She was just there. And last year, and I say last year, about 1.5 years ago when Mom died, I was actually house-sitting a cat for her. And her and her husband were saving up for a house. She couldn't have the cat there with her because her mother-in-law wasn't cool with it and her mom wasn't cool with it. Like, it just, they needed somewhere for her to go. And I was totally cool with that. I was totally fine with that. But then what happened is during my mom's death, I was working, taking care of her, driving back home. I mean, I was driving about 2-3 hours a day, taking care of my mom 2 or 3 hours a day.
Oh yeah, you were stretched very, very thin.
I mean, I was an emotional wreck. And the cat, whose name at the time was October, because she was born in October, actually. So she's 2 now. Was peeing on the bed. Yeah, no kidding. She was peeing on the bed. And Shauna was like, I think she's just being a bitch. And I remember being like, no, Shauna, we need to get her fixed. I need help. And suffice to say, it ended our friendship. Mm-hmm. It ended our friendship over our cat. And it really wasn't that, though. Like, now that I think about it, I was stressed. And Shauna apologized. She was like, no, dude, that was my responsibility. I should have handled up on that. You know, she apologized. Mm-hmm. And that cat now is Dinah. Yeah, I've talked about Dinah a lot.
Dinah the Brat.
Dinah the Brat. So, yeah, that happened, you know, and, you know, Mom died and everything. And I told her, I said, well, fine, if you're not going to come get her tonight, then beyond tonight, she is my cat. I'm going to take her and get her fixed and do everything. So, when Shauna didn't come get her.
Which was fair. If you were going to put the expense into it.
Yeah.
That was a fair thing.
Yeah. We were like, okay, fine. If we're going to put our money into it, she's going to be our kitty. Mm-hmm. And I'm really glad that Shauna and I got to talk about it. Like, she recently came back into my life. She'd heard that Mom died. And we hadn't been the same because we hadn't really, like, hashed it out. Mm-hmm. So here's what I want to pitch to you guys. If you care about someone, if you love someone deep down, hash it out. Talk about it. Because, seriously, her and I have been friends for so long, and to let a cat ruin our relationship, it's fucking stupid. Fucking stupid.
Yeah.
And, you know, I put the cat up as basically a shield. My stuff I was really going through was dealing with my mom dying. Mm-hmm. And I came out to her, and I told her how much it hurt that she wasn't there when my mom died. And it felt really, really good being able to get that off my chest because now I feel like we can move forward in our friendship. Mm-hmm. I feel like we've discussed that big old elephant in the room.
Yeah.
And we've got it out of the way now.
Yeah.
And after we talked about all this was when actually she helped. She's the one who helped me get the furniture over here.
Yeah.
And
she sure did.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and Shauna, like, that's what I'm saying. The whole cat thing breaking us up was stupid because we've been through so much together.
Yeah.
Like, we've been through hell and back together. We've, I don't know if she'd want me saying this on air, so I won't, but we have been through real shit together. Yeah. We've been through things that you have to learn about. We have been at those crossroads where you have to make adult decisions. Mm-hmm. And we've grown together. And that's something I've appreciated in her, and she's always very blunt with me. She's very honest with me. And I appreciate that in Shauna. And so after we talked about all this, the other thing I want to pitch is playing at the park when you're an adult. Because after we talked about all of this, she went on a couple of Uber rides with me, and we were taking an Uber customer home, and she was next to this really cool park that I'd been to before. And we decided...
The one we went to.
Yeah, the one that we went to when we had our picnic, Mary Head's Park. It's not far away. It's like 5 minutes away. And we decided we were going to go play at the park. And we had such a fucking good time. I mean, just sitting there, being kids, playing on the swings, playing on the merry-go-rounds. We even climbed our big asses up the fucking ladder, and both of us just, like, shot out of the fucking slide. Oh, my God, it was so funny when Shauna went down because, like, she just... looking like a roly-poly there, her ass just like, she just shot out like a cannon. It was fucking hilarious. So, and then we're sitting there breathing heavy like, oh my God, we like have no energy anymore. How did we do this shit when we were kids, like over and over again and not get fucking tired? So, overall, my last minute pitch is hashing things out with people that you love because you never know when it's going to be too late. You never know. And enjoying the little things in life. Who cares if you're an adult? Go play at a fucking park. So, there you go.
I don't know if you mentioned last week on air, but we have talked... I don't even know if we talked about the picnic, actually, about us going on the picnic together.
I think we probably did on another episode, like one of the episodes.
Well, we went on a picnic, guys, and we ended up on the playground as well. This was before this time with Shauna. Stephanie had with Shauna. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And
a month ago, maybe?
Yeah. She said in these special swings... And I tried to tell her at the time. She's like, these swings are for big people. So this,
I'm so happy about this.
I'm so happy. This fits so well. And I'm like, Stephanie, those are for special For those are for challenged people. And she didn't hear it. And
I'm fucking special.
And then when she went out with Shauna this time, Shauna confirmed it to her. Yes, Stephanie, those are for special people.
I am very special. Okay?
You are very special.
Thank you. You're so sweet. You're so creative.
Thanks. Oh, great. I'm not even going to go there. All right, this week, guys, for my last minute pitch, sticking with the horror and Halloween thing, because as you guys know, I'm the unsound gorehound, and I love all things Halloween,
It's
all
his
things
favorite
horror.
holiday.
Oh, yeah. Well, this is not coming out at Halloween, but if you guys like Friday the 13th, then you already know they're working on a new series, with the show as the basis.
Oh, yeah.
But in addition to that, they recently announced that there's a Friday the 13th video game coming out.
Dun dun dun.
Yeah, I am pumped about this. This looks so awesome. And I'd heard about it a few years ago before it was Friday the 13th themed. Originally it was called Summer Camp, and generally what the game is about is basically what the movies are about. It's about teenagers in a summer camp and Jason chasing them down. So what happens is one player gets to play as Jason, and then there's, I think, 6 other people that can be the summer camp people.
The counselors, right?
The counselors, yeah. I don't know. I just know it's teenagers. And from what I understand, their goal is to run and hide from Jason and fend him off with, weapons found in the environment. This just sounds freaking cool. I want to play both sides.
Didn't you say this is like an MMO type?
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
It's going to be that many people, so that's 7 people, that could play at one time.
Mm-hmm.
And then I gotta imagine Jason's probably, them being able to run from him is countered by him probably walking, because Jason never runs, so you probably won't ever see him running. But
I think that would, honestly, just my opinion, I think that'd be dumb if they made it to where he can run.
yeah, me too.
Unless there's any point, have you ever seen him run?
No.
Then they shouldn't make the game where he can run.
No. This game looks like it's going to be awesome. They got Kane Hodder to come back and do the motion capture. I think some of the original writers or something's involved with it, but the game just looks like it's going to be cool. And I've always wanted a horror movie slasher style game where you get to play as Jason. So
Oh yeah, this is right up your alley.
yeah. I hope it leads to more games like that, assuming that it's going to be a good game. Again, I haven't played it. I've only looked up pictures and read information and stuff, but I'm pumped about it, and I want you guys to be pumped too. And if you don't know about it, and you're a Jason fan, a Friday the 13th fan, you should know about it. You get to play as Jason. That's fucking cool.
That is fucking cool.
So, this is good news around Halloween. So, I just wanted to share that with you guys. That's my pitch this week. Go to IGN or go to GameSpot and check out, just search Friday the 13th and check it out. They've got some photos and stuff from it, and it's a newer game.
It looks like it's going to be a lot of fun.
It seems like it's going to be in development for a little while longer, but I think it'll be worth the wait.
Yeah, I was going to say, I hope that they do take a little bit more time on it, because if they want to make something really awesome, yeah, then they need to, take their time on it.
Yeah, and I don't know what gaming company is behind it. I guess I should have been a little better prepared for that part, but just make sure you guys check it out. If you're into Jason and horror movies and slashers, you'll be into a game like this. So that's my last minute pitch this week, and I think that brings us to the end of the show. We're wrapping things up.
Yeah, I think we need to talk about our social media once again, like we always do.
You got anything to add before we do that?
Oh, God, thanks for bearing with us, because this has been a pretty long episode, hasn't it?
Oh, man, yeah, we're going just as long as we did last week.
Ooh, boy. Fun editing for you.
Oh, yeah. Well,
thanks, guys, for sticking with us, really, and
yeah.
Thanks for listening to all our weird rambles and all of our what the fuck news, and just bearing with us and going through this journey with us. You guys are awesome.
We're not always going to have the strongest episodes, but we're going to do our best to have the strongest episodes.
And with feedback from you guys, that's only going to help us improve.
Yeah, so we'll go ahead and pass out the old social media so that you can know where to find us. If you want to email us, our email address is theclosetdwellers@gmail.com.
That is theclosetdwellers@gmail.com.
Yeah, and then to find us on Twitter, our Twitter is @2closetmonsters. That's the number 2 Closet Monsters. If you want to find just me or follow my personal Twitter, that's @ScottOpic, SCOTTOPIC, @ScottOpic. And
if you want to find me, it is @glittergasm. That is GLITTERGAAAASM. 4 A's, glittergasm.
And then if you want to find us on Facebook, we have a little community on Facebook. It's a group that you can go and post and talk about episodes with other listeners and stuff. We recently got quite a few new members, so just go to Facebook and search up Podcast in the Closet Hour, and that'll take you right to our group. It's a closed group. All you got to do is join it, and we'll accept you. And then if you want to find us on YouTube, all you got to do is go in their search, go to youtube.com, search up Podcast in the Closet Hour. On our YouTube channel, we have enhanced videos of each episode, so you'll get to see banners for each segment, which is kind of cool. And then besides that, we're on Instagram as well. Our photos are on our website, but besides that, we have an Instagram account if you want to follow us on your Instagram app or something like that. You can find us at 2 Monsters in the Closet. That's the number 2 Monsters in the Closet. And you'll find photos and videos from us inside and outside of the closet. And then besides that, I mean, the best place to find all this information and follow what we do is go to podcastintheclosethour.com or our shorter address, closetpodcast.com. And, you know, besides that, the main thing that helps us, that allows us to see that we've got new listeners and is subscribing to us on iTunes and our RSS feed. That is the most important thing. So, and you know, it's important for you guys too, because if you really like Podcast in the Closet Hour, that will be the quickest way to get the episode. As soon as it goes up, it hits the website and iTunes. And so that's the best way to catch Podcast in the Closet Hour.
And then we get YouTube added as quickly as we possibly can. So that's how you're going to get in contact with us, guys. Thank you so very, very much. Is there any other social media we're forgetting? I'm sorry.
No. You guys can look forward to our report of our Halloween next week, because next Sunday is Halloween, isn't it?
Ooh.
Yeah, so our next episode will be probably Halloween themed in some form. And we'll be reporting on our little murder mystery that we're going to. So you guys can look forward to that. And in the meantime, we hope you have a happy and safe Halloween. And we are going to get right out of this closet and go check out some Little Women. So we'll see you guys next week.
Bye, guys. Ooh.